My child, listen carefully. The time is now. This is not an ordinary message, and you must not take it lightly. Something is stirring in the heavens and something is shaking in the earth below. Something is moving toward you with breathless speed, and your spirit has been feeling it. You have been restless, haven't you? You have felt things you couldn't explain. You have sensed something behind the curtain just beyond the edge of understanding, and tonight, that curtain is about to be torn open. Finally, God is exposing your new address. Open it immediately. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't think this is one of those ordinary things you can scroll past or forget when you wake up tomorrow. This is different. This is deeper. This is divine. This is a spiritual message for you. There's a reason you've been feeling unsettled. You've been sensing something divine trying to reach you. You've noticed strange patterns in your life, haven't you? People reappearing after disappearing. Numbers repeating. Dreams that leave you waking in tears or shaking with truths you cannot yet speak aloud. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is intervention. You are not reading this by chance. You are being drawn. You are being called. Because your name is written into something sacred that you have not yet fully seen, but heaven has seen it. Heaven has marked it. Heaven has watched as you stood on the edge of collapse and whispered a prayer you weren't sure anyone was listening to. But someone was. And not just someone, he was. The Holy One. The God who formed the universe and still thought your voice was worth stopping for. You've been trying to hold it all together. Smiling when you were breaking. Carrying everyone while no one seemed to notice the weight on your own back. And lately, you've started wondering why everything feels harder than it used to. Why the people you trust seem distant. Why the things that once comforted you feel hollow now. Why your prayers echo like unanswered songs. There's a reason. You're not being punished. You're being shifted. You're being positioned. And the warfare around you is not because of what you've done wrong. It's because of what's about to go right. There is a move of divine power being organized in secret around your name. There is something that was once denied that is being granted again. You are stepping into a place no one can block, and for that to happen, the exposure had to begin. Finally, God is exposing your new address. No, this is not a physical location. This is not a street or a house. This is something deeper. This is a spiritual destination. A realm of favor you didn't know you qualified for. A sacred appointment that has waited in silence for you to reach maturity, for you to pass certain invisible tests, for you to outgrow certain bonds and bury certain idols and escape certain shadows. This is not about real estate. This is about realm. You are stepping into the realm where divine promises are unlocked, not by performance, but by position. And that's why the shaking has started. That's why the enemies you thought were finished are suddenly talking again. That's why the people you love have started pulling away. That's why your dreams have become more vivid. Because you are moving, spiritually moving, and that movement has stirred both heaven and hell. My child, this message is for you. Do not ignore it. You have been watched. You have been preserved. The car crashes you escaped. The sickness that almost took you. The betrayal that should have broken you. You survived what others didn't. That is not random. That is not luck. That is divine evidence that your story has chapters that have not been read yet, pages that have not been turned. The story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. And your new address is the first sentence of the next chapter. You are going somewhere spiritually where your enemies can't follow and your past can't ruin you. But before you move, something must be revealed. Someone has been trying to delay you. You've felt it. Unexpected discouragement. Strange opposition. Patterns repeating from years ago that you thought you'd left behind. Someone has been speaking against your name. Not always aloud. Not always in the open. But there have been conversations, whispers, curses made not just with words but with intentions. And you've wondered why certain doors don't open. Why certain relationships turn cold. Why certain promises seem delayed. It's because someone made it their business to intercept your joy. They tried to rearrange what God had already arranged. They tried to disturb the delivery that was never theirs to stop. But it is too late. Because God has marked your address. Your new address. The spiritual location where restoration floods in, where things once delayed come rushing all at once. And now that address is being revealed. And when it is revealed, everything changes. The conversations you thought were against you will turn in your favor. The confusion that kept you stuck will dissolve like fog at dawn. The places you once felt abandoned in will become places of divine visitation. But here's the warning. Because this message is not just sweet comfort. It is sacred caution. Be careful who you tell. Be careful who you let into this next level. Not everyone clapping for you is clean. Not every friend is faithful. Not every amen is aligned. There are people around you who benefited from your brokenness. Who liked you better when you were dependent. Who felt superior when you needed them. Your rising will expose their resentment. Your elevation will trigger their jealousy. And when your new address is revealed, they will either celebrate or sabotage. And for that reason, you must discern with fresh eyes. The same ones who cried with you may not be able to rise with you. The same ones who helped you may not be able to handle you. This is why certain friendships have been mysteriously falling apart. Don't run back. Let them break. Let the connections that can't sustain your new level fall away in peace. This message is not about what is coming. It is about what has already been dispatched. You prayed for answers, but answers are not coming. They are here. They are waiting for you to stop rehearsing the pain of the past and start stepping into the identity of the called. You are called. That's why you've always felt different. That's why the crowd never satisfied you. That's why you felt alone even in a full room. That's why you keep surviving things that should have destroyed you. You are called to carry something bigger than yourself. You are called to build something that outlives you. You are called to break something that has haunted your bloodline for generations. And for that, your journey had to be hard. But your harvest will be holy. You've been loyal to people who didn't deserve it. You've prayed for people who never even said thank you. You've been available for everyone, even when your soul was empty. And heaven saw it. And heaven never forgets. What you sowed in silence is about to be shouted in celebration. The tears you cried in secret are about to water gardens of public blessing. You gave when you had little. You forgave when you had the right to be angry. You walked away when you could have fought. That kind of obedience carries favor. And that favor is locating you now. Don't be surprised when things shift quickly. Don't be confused when everything familiar starts feeling uncomfortable. That's how you know you've outgrown it. That's how you know the move is near. That's how you know your spiritual address is being updated in the heavenlies. There is an angel dispatched to walk ahead of you. Not a symbolic one. A real one. You've seen glimpses. The way you were delayed just long enough to miss that accident. The way someone randomly gave you encouragement you didn't ask for. The way your body has been sensing things at night, pressure in the atmosphere, goosebumps, restlessness. These are not accidents. These are alerts. You are being guarded through transition. Because this next place is sacred. Not everyone can come. Not everything can stay. Not every version of you can survive it. You must let go of the past self you keep reviving. The one who apologizes for dreaming too big. The one who shrinks to fit people's comfort zones. The one who tolerates what God told you to flee. That version must die. That version cannot fit the new address. And you know it. You've felt it. You've outgrown the places you're still pretending to love. You've stayed too long at tables where they only serve crumbs and call it love. You've dimmed your light to make others feel better. But that season is over. You are being upgraded in the spirit. And when the shift happens, people will talk. Let them. When the blessings come, people will ask why you. Let them. When the favor floods, people will claim you changed. Let them. Because you have. And that change is not rebellion. It is revelation. You've realized that God doesn't need your perfection. He needs your permission. And you've finally given it. You've finally said yes. And now, all of heaven is moving in alignment with that yes. My child, this message is sacred. You must treat it as such. You must open it now, not just with your eyes, but with your heart. You must not skip this moment or assume it is just another whisper lost in the wind. This is a cry from eternity to your present. This is a warning and a promise in one breath. This is the moment the spiritual mail is being delivered. Your name is on it. Your future is in it. Your address has changed. And your destiny is catching up to you. But now the final thing must be said. You have 24 hours to speak it out loud. In your room, in your car, wherever you are. You must declare, I am ready. I open my heart to my new address. I leave behind what cannot come. Speak it, even trembling. Speak it, even doubting. Because something activates when it is spoken. Something changes when it is declared. You were not born to blend in. You were not chosen to be overlooked. You were not created to merely survive. You were born to rise, to shift atmospheres, to break patterns, to carry glory. And now that glory is coming to find you. Be ready. Your new address has already been marked. The rest is up to you. This is not an ordinary message. You must not take it lightly. Open it. Now. My child, don't delay. Something divine is on the edge of manifestation. And it's hovering above your life like a cloud of fire waiting for your yes to descend. The heavens have been watching you. There have been records of your nights when no one was there, and still you lifted your face toward the ceiling and whispered, God, I don't know what else to do. That whisper reached deeper than any scream. It reached past the clouds, past the veil, into the throne room where angels stop moving when faith is spoken in the middle of heartbreak. And what you didn't realize was that your moment of despair became your moment of activation. It was never about strength. It was always about surrender. And the moment you whispered surrender, all of heaven began to move. And now, everything is aligning. But alignment looks messy before it looks miraculous. You are walking through the unbuilding of your old life so the foundation of your true calling can finally be laid. You are being peeled from patterns. You are being stripped of what looked safe but was secretly toxic. You are being unhooked from the versions of love that only knew how to use you, not cover you. Don't call this punishment. Call it preparation. You are not being torn apart. You are being rebuilt with gold. And the shaking is not a sign of absence. It is the sign that glory is nearby. It is the sign that the old roof is too small for the sky-sized purpose hovering above you. And for the glory to fall, the ceiling had to break. Someone has been sent to you. They are on their way. A person you haven't met, or maybe barely noticed, is walking toward your life at this very moment. And they are carrying keys. No, not physical keys. Keys of connection. Keys of unlocking. Keys of favor. This person is aligned with your destiny, not your history. They don't know the old you, and that is by design. Because God doesn't want them to meet the version of you who settled, who tolerated, who kept quiet. He is sending someone who will only recognize you by the glow of who you've become. And they will speak into you the words you forgot you needed. They will pray with you. They will unlock the next door simply by their presence. They are sent. They are coming. But the enemy knows. And so distraction has increased. The wrong people are texting again. The wrong opportunities are appearing again. The loneliness is louder. That is not a mistake, it's warfare. Because the right person is close. But this message is not about people. It's about purpose. This is your announcement. The world has been waiting for your voice, and you've been hiding it under layers of fear, trauma, and rejection. But something is cracking open. You feel it. You feel your voice trembling back into strength. You feel your ideas returning. You feel your passion reigniting. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. You were silenced for years by rejection, by parents who didn't understand you, by leaders who overlooked you, by circles who used you. But the silence is breaking. You are about to be known. Not in pride, but in purpose. You are about to be seen. Not for fame, but for favor. You are about to walk into rooms your name entered before your body did. Because heaven has whispered your name in places you didn't even know existed. And now, the invitation is here. It's being sent to your new address. And so I say again, finally, God is exposing your new address. Open it immediately. This is not a suggestion. This is a command with love. Because time is short. The turning has already begun. And if you try to carry the old version of yourself into this next place, it will not survive. Let it go. Lay it down. Stop rehearsing the old narratives. Stop arguing with ghosts. Stop expecting old pain to return. It's over. It had its season. And that season was not your grave. It was your ground. Your training. Your awakening. And now you rise. You rise with scars that shine like oil. You rise with wisdom wrapped in weeping. You rise with authority born in affliction. You rise not as a victim, but as a vessel. And the time is now. Not next month. Not when you feel more prepared. Not when you've figured it all out. Now. Because the invitation won't wait forever. This message is not just warning. It is wonder. It is a scroll sealed and divine ink and dropped directly into your spirit. Can't you feel it? That ache you've been carrying. That yearning for something you couldn't name. That restlessness. That loneliness even when people surround you. That is not depression. That is destiny. That is the vibration of your new identity calling to your bones. That is the sound of chains falling off in the spirit even while you're sleeping. That is the evidence that even while your hands were empty, your heart was being filled. And now, the filling becomes flowing. What once stayed locked in prayer closets and journal pages will now be poured into people, poured into spaces, poured into the earth. Your voice will heal. Your hands will bless. Your presence will shift rooms. But do not misunderstand this moment. There will be a cost. This calling isn't easy. The anointing you carry demands discipline. You must learn how to walk away from invitations that feel good but delay you. You must stop explaining your dreams to people committed to misunderstanding you. You must stay hidden until God says reveal. And you must protect the oil on your life. Stop giving it away to people who only show up when they need something. Stop praying for people who mock your growth behind closed doors. Stop sitting at tables that dishonor you. You are not arrogant for setting boundaries. You are not disloyal for outgrowing dysfunction. You are not selfish for prioritizing your spirit. You are wise. And you are walking into a season that will require supernatural wisdom, not human approval. This is the season of reversal. Everything you lost is coming back, but better. The people who left will be replaced by those who love with purity. The opportunities you missed will be restored with more favor. The time you wasted will be returned with double acceleration. The broken pieces of your heart are being crafted into thrones. Your tears are being counted and turned into rain for a harvest only you can carry. This is why the warfare increased. This is why you felt like giving up. Because the enemy saw what you didn't. He saw what was coming. And he panicked. He tried to delay you. He tried to depress you. He tried to distract you. But it didn't work. Because you kept breathing. You kept walking. You kept believing. And that faith, small as it seemed, is what brought you here. Now listen closely. There is a warning hidden in this moment. If you go back, you will miss it. If you settle, you will regret it. If you listen to the wrong voices, you will reroute the journey. You must stay sensitive. You must stay surrendered. You must stay positioned. The wind of God is about to blow over your life. And if your sails are raised, you will move at a speed that breaks generational curses in a single season. But if you stay anchored in the familiar, the moment will pass. And it may not return the same way again. There is something happening in the night hours. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the time you wake up. Pay attention to the thoughts that visit you in the silence. These are not just passing ideas. They are prophetic blueprints. God is speaking to you in layers, not just words. He is speaking in patterns, in feelings, in strange peace during chaos, in the names that come to mind out of nowhere. Follow them. Write them down. This is not imagination. This is instruction. Your new address is not only a destination. It is a dimension. And entering it will require obedience on a deeper level than ever before. There is someone you need to forgive. You don't want to. They don't deserve it. They never apologized. But you must forgive, not for them, but for your next level. Bitterness is a barricade. And you can't afford anything blocking the flow of glory that's about to fall. So forgive. Release. Bless. And move. And move. The vengeance belongs to God. Your hands are too holy to hold grudges now. Let them go, God. If you believe in God, type Amen.